us online sellers are constantly wondering how to increase Etsy sales and how to start an Etsy shop that'll actually make a substantial income. Well, if you're in that boat, you're in exactly the right place, because in today's video, I'm gonna share with you 5 easy to remember and practical steps to get you earning money before you know it. Coming up. Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Kate. I'm so glad you're here. I'm a wife, a mom, an Etsy seller, and a business coach, and I have this channel to help you guys start your Etsy shop, to grow your Etsy shop, and to have success so that you can spend time on what's important in life. As always, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, I would love for you to do that. Just hit the subscribe button as well as the little bell button to turn on your notifications. So we all want to know how to skyrocket our sales, right? As Etsy sellers, that's kind of the whole point. So in today's video, I'm going to give you 5 really important strategies that will definitely help you get a step closer to the success that you want. But first, let's hop over and do our shop shout out of the week. Congratulations to Ginger Hill Artesian. Thanks so much for being part of our channel family. Make sure to comment below for a chance for your Etsy shop to be shouted out on our next video. Okay, so these 5 steps should be really easy for you to remember. They all start with D, so I'm gonna call these the 5 Ds. The first D is dig. It is so important before you ever do anything else when you're starting an Etsy shop to dig and to do your research to find out what niche or niche you should sell products in. What product categories are actually in demand on Etsy and selling really well at the current moment. In this step, we're gonna do our due diligence to find out if there's actually a market for the product category that we're thinking of. If you go on Etsy and you search your product type and nothing really comes up, then it's one of 2 things. You're either on the verge of being the first to do something really groundbreaking and innovative, or you're just not gonna be found and it's not something that sells well on Etsy in particular. At that point, it's up to you to see if you want to try it, but in general, we're looking for something that is on Etsy, that is selling well, that is highly searched, but has low competition. We don't want to be jumping into a market that's way too saturated, where you're just going to be lost in the middle of thousands and thousands of shops. Now, once you feel like you've found the right type of product to offer, you're going to dig further to figure out what styles, what sizes, what patterns, what textures are trending. You need to figure out what is selling well, what are people buying up left and right. You're somewhat like a detective in this phase, and what I want to really stress here is that you're uncovering new things, you're remaining teachable, you're learning, you're soaking up everything that you're researching. Remember, leaders are learners, so use this time before you ever even put up a listing to set yourself up for success. All right, the second D is develop. In this step, we're gonna take time to develop our shop and make our listings excellent. We've spent the time researching, so now we're gonna spend time developing our shop, putting in the work for all the different elements of these listings to make them top quality. There are several things that go into making a really great listing, so you're gonna go through these one by one and make sure that you've done the work necessary to create a really great listing. So the first one is SEO, search engine optimization. If you're not familiar with SEO, I have a whole nother video on how Etsy SEO specifically works. If you're interested, I'll link it on the card above, but you're gonna go through your SEO and make sure your tags and your titles and description are all spot on. The next thing is photography. You wanna take time taking really great professional looking photos. You wanna take time to edit them. You wanna make sure your lighting is right. You wanna make sure they're sharp images. You wanna make sure that they're clickable so that the buyer will actually click through on the listing. Remember, you have several photo spots, so you wanna get lots of different angles. You wanna show all the different options. If you have different color variations or any kind of variation available, you wanna show the buyer what those options look like in your photos. Another really cool newer feature that Etsy has is a video. It makes the buyer feel really comfortable if they have lots of photos and a video to look at to ensure they know exactly what they're purchasing. You want to make sure you have all of your shop policies filled out as well as a really catchy shop announcement. And don't forget about branding. That is so important. It's important to have a really nice professional logo, a banner, and just the whole aesthetic of your shop. You want it to go together and to appear well done and top quality. Y'all have heard me talk about my favorite branding company, and I will always talk about them because they're who I used when I first started and I continue to use them. I just think they're the best. So I'm gonna have them linked below. Their name is Autumn Lane Papery. If you need a logo or a branding kit, they offer so many different branding services. So they'll be linked below if you're interested. Another really important part of this step is making sure that you have everything ready and prepped behind the scenes for when you start getting orders. So a couple good questions to ask yourself are, do I have my shipping supplies and packaging supplies sourced and ready to go? Do I want to include any branding extras in my package like business cards or flyers or stickers? And if so, go ahead and order those photos, get them prepped and ready to go. Do I have the material supplies on hand to be able to make and fill this order in the promised time frame? All of these questions are going to help you develop your shop so it's really quality and you'll be totally ready when your sales start coming in. All right, I'm super excited to dive into the third D, but before we do, I just wanted to tell you guys real quickly, we've started a new Facebook community group, so I would love for you to join. It's going to be linked down below. I'm on there live a lot of times, just chatting with you guys, answering some questions that you have. It's just a really fun community page, so if you're interested, it's Kate's Community Crew, and right now we have a giveaway going on. We're giving away a whole bundle of our merch items, so if you're interested in seeing the merch items, the link is below, and make sure you go join the Facebook group to see the details and enter the giveaway. All right, you guys, this one's super fun. The third D is drive. So once we have done our research, we've picked a great product, we've developed our shop really well, then we're gonna launch it and we're gonna drive as much traffic as possible from external sources. So this means getting people to your listings and to your shop from social media, from an email list, from Pinterest, anywhere outside of Etsy that you can. When you first put up a listing, if you haven't made any sales or you've made very few, Etsy's algorithm is not gonna pick up your listing and show it highly ranked in the search results until it already has a few sales on it. So it's up to you to sort of jumpstart the process by getting people to your listing, to your shop, and incentivizing them to make the purchase so that you'll go ahead and get a few sales on those listings. At that point, the Etsy algorithm will then register, hey, this is a really great listing. It's making sales. Let's show it to more people. And it'll rank you higher as you get more sales. But if you haven't made many sales, it's up to you in the beginning to get people there. Now, I did mention incentivizing people, and I have a whole nother video if you're interested in sort of a step-by-step formula of how to actually do this and get people there and incentivize them to purchase. You can click on the link on the card right now. That's a whole nother video that I've done specifically on this topic. But basically, you're gonna offer a big discount or a giveaway or something to get people there to give them more of a reason to actually purchase and complete the transaction. Now, you may say, well, Kate, I don't really have a social media and I don't have an email list and I don't really do Pinterest. That's okay. Everybody starts somewhere, but I would encourage you to just pick one of those. Pick Facebook or Instagram or Pinterest to focus on and learn about and start to slowly but surely grow an audience that you can then put your products in front of. The two main things that I want you to remember here are being proactive and being generous. Those two things in combination will get you really far. All right, moving on to the fourth D, which is deliver. In this step, I'm talking about delivering on the promised product and experience. Now, you've done all the work to get people to your shop to make the sales, but if you don't deliver on what you promised, then you're gonna get bad feedback, bad reviews, and your sales are just gonna tank from there. So it's really important that you ensure your customer has a great experience ordering from your shop, will give you a 5-star review, and will even come back as a return customer in the future. Remember, social proof is so important for every shop. It's important to have lots of good 5-star reviews. That lets future buyers know that other people have had a great experience with your shop and will vouch for you and your professionalism. So with every order, you should be thinking, how can I make this product really great? How can I get it out ahead of time? How can I make this buyer's experience wonderful so that I can build up some social proof for my future buyers? Your goal here is to go above and beyond to completely wow this customer. Okay, so there's some specific questions you can ask yourself to ensure that you're doing this well. Number one is the product that you're sending to the customer as well done and quality as the one shown in the photos? Number two is, are you shipping this out within the promised time frame? Number three is, are you shipping this order with the preferred shipping method that the buyer selected if they specified one at checkout? And number four is your packaging professional? The answer to all of these questions should be a resounding yes. If you have any concern or any hesitation on the answer to any of those, you might want to go revisit that and develop that a little further to be better prepared for when your orders do come in. All right, time for the fifth D, which is detect. In this step, we're keeping our eyes and our ears open to detect when it's time for a change. Maybe it's time to move on to a different style or even a different product. Trends are constantly coming and going, and every product has a life cycle. So it'll peak at a certain point and it'll decline at a certain point. And your job is to stay on top of it, to stay ahead of the curve, to know what the next upcoming thing is that's going to be in high demand. As Etsy sellers, we have to always stay flexible and always know that we're going to be pivoting several times in the course of our business if we're in business for any length of time. Customer shopping habits and trends are always changing, and it's okay. We just have to be able to stay with it. The key to this is staying in the know through research. If you're not really sure where to start, go to the Etsy Seller Handbook. They have tons of articles there, which are a great place to start with your trend research. From time to time, just do a check yourself. Just go on Etsy and search for products within your niche and see which types have the best seller badge. See which which ones are showing up on the first and second pages of the results. Remember, success leaves clues, so if you're looking at what's selling well, you'll know what's in high demand. One little bonus tip here for staying flexible is changing your SEO, which would be your title, your tags, your description, changing it up a little bit from holiday to holiday and season to season. So especially if you sell gifting items, you want to make sure to keep those refreshed and keep your SEO updated to reflect upcoming holidays and seasons. All right, friends, those are the 5 Ds. So I hope those help you. And if you're interested in learning some more Etsy strategy, just click or tap on the square on the screen right now and it'll take you to another video just like this. See you next time, friends.